burns.
In one of my more recent videos, I attacked the Asian stereotype. I criticized them for being spineless, introverted, risk-averse, and the comments I got actually reminded me of something that happened a couple months back. So I like to go to the tennis court a lot to hit serves. I like hitting the balls very fast. It's pretty fun. And then whenever I go there, I try to find someone to play some 1v1s with, or if it's two people, we can play some Australian doubles. But it's a great way of meeting new people, having fun, playing some sports. But there was this one person I met that was pretty interesting, to say the least. And it really gives me a lot of perspective on how these people who preach self-hate kind of work. After we finished our game, we went to the nearby burger place to get some food. And then when I was in line, I was just ordering from the cashier. Once I got to the cashier, I would just did the standard thing, ask them how their day went, comment on like how it's pretty busy at their store today, that type of thing. But the thing is, once we sat down with our food, this guy kind of asked me a weird question. Kind of gave me a weird look, and he said, and I quote, "Why are you acting so white?" And mind you, this guy was also Asian. He was Korean. And I was just like, the fuck you mean acting white? Like what? What do you mean by that? And then he just says, like you're saying stuff that you don't really have to. Like you're saying all this extra stuff. Only white people do that. I mean, granted, my name does sound like some white old man, but I mean, like what now? Like treating the cashier as an actual person is acting white now, treating them like a real human being rather than an AI chatbot that takes your order, that's acting white now? Come on now, man, you're better than that. But I feel like this guy is pretty similar to the types of people that were commenting on my previous video. Some of the people. We got a lot of support there as well, but we have a little bit of those people, There's always going to be someone who thinks differently. And we get accused of self-hate. Like, why do you hate yourself so much? Why do you hate computer science? Or why do you hate being introverted? Or why are you so self-loathing? I mean, bro, come on. Self-hate. You kind of remind me of the types of white people who go around and attack other white people who wear dreads and accuse them of cultural appropriation. First of all, dreads aren't even associated to a particular culture. It's been around for millennia. But two, the funny thing is what these people end up doing is by going around and attacking other people for being culturally appropriating, they're actually revealing their own implicit biases. They're essentially announcing to the world that they believe there's something implicitly cultural about a certain trait. Imagine you counteract with, what's culturally appropriating about wearing dreads, huh? What are they gonna say? Oh, they're gonna be like, no, man, only black people wear dreads. Oh my goodness. And then they out themselves as the racist. They out themselves as the person who assumes dreads are for black people. You essentially get a glimpse into their own mind that they believe dreads are an implicit part of black culture. I mean, who are they going to go after next? Non-blacks who play basketball? It's a combination of virtue signaling and poor comprehension skills. I'll tell you what actual self-hate is. Self-hate is hating yourself for your lower than average height in the Western world, so you wear shoe lifts to compensate. Self-hate is hating yourself for the size of your eyes. It's hating your own skin color. It's hating your own accent. It's refusing to date women of your own race. That's self-hate. It just shows what these people think Asians are. Even, I'm pretty sure, presumably this guy is Asian. And then he's accusing us of self-hate because we're vouching for social skills. Extroversion. Risk-taking. Which means that he himself, he believes, once again, I'm assuming that it's a guy, because everyone on the internet is a dude. What he is doing is that he's outing himself as someone who believes that being introverted, being spineless, and being risk-averse and going into a job that they hate is an implicit, necessary part of Asian culture. Which shows that they're the self-hating ones. They're the ones who think that somehow all those negative social traits are a part of our culture. That is disgusting. You know, a culture is not supposed to hurt anyone. A culture is supposed to be maybe a series of eccentric beliefs, a set of beliefs that are passed down from ancient traditions that are still present today, something that is core to your human beliefs, your culture, something that doesn't hurt other people, something that doesn't hurt yourself, most of all. Of course, there are cultures that hurt. There are cultures that go around, killing people that don't agree with their own culture. There are cultures that go around mutilating the genitals of little boys and girls. There are cultures that go around mutilating their own social skills. But when I think of Asian culture, I think of things like eating mooncakes in September. I think of lion dances. I think of the Lunar New Year. I think of eating dumplings on December 21st. I think of eating la mian on my birthday. But introversion, spineless behavior, risk aversion, that's not Asian culture. That's something you were programmed into believing was true. That's something that you were programmed into believing by your parents and by the Western media that portrays Asians as some sort of meek, boring individual. That's all on you, honestly. Don't go around accusing other people of self-hate when you're the one who hates yourself the most. Because we're all out here trying to get better. We're all out here trying to be social, because if you actually go to Asia, if you actually go back to our home countries, you'll find that people are a lot more extroverted there. Everyone there are a lot more socially natural. Granted, that might not be the case in Japan, but China, Korea, Thailand, Cambodia, most of the Asians in their own native countries are perfectly well-adjusted, perfectly social. It's the fact that they were immigrated to a foreign land that ended up making them introverted, that ended up forcing them into being a little bit more reserved because of their presence in a culture that is completely foreign to them. And that's what we're trying to change. That's what we're trying to address. For those Asians, for those fellow Asians that think our message here is self-hate, we can only really feel bad for them. They're already too far gone. And you should really watch out for those kinds of people. The types of people who accuse you of acting white when you display any form of social competence. Those types of Asians who accuse you of self-hate for trying to follow a non-standard path, for doing something you actually love. Because don't get me wrong, I have plenty of friends who love their major, who love computer science, who've been doing this since middle school, trying to do game development in middle school, trying to play around with code, and then teaching code in a tutoring academy in high school. When I ask these people, what do you love about computer science? They talk about how they can create something from nothing. They can create these automated models, these little scripts that can help them automate their daily lives. Those people I respect wholly, and they're at internships in Google, Qualcomm, all these nice companies. But when I ask someone, one of those stereotypical Asians, one of them, where I ask them, what do you love about computer science? They say something about money. Or I don't actually like it, but mommy said I have to do this. Those are the people I don't respect. And those are the type of Asians that will accuse you of acting white, accuse you of self-hate when you do anything out of the ordinary. But when you achieve the results that they'll never get because you do the things that they'll never do, then you'll be the one laughing. There are crabs in the bucket trying to drag you back down. But don't let them get the best of you. Always keep pushing for more. Always keep realizing what you truly want and who you really are. Never let them drag you back down to zero.